The XRP Ledger has just crossed one of its most important milestones yet. More than $1 billion in real-world assets are now tokenized on the network, proving that XRP's blockchain is not just about payments, but also about powering the next era of tokenization. This puts XRP Ledger in third place globally among chains leading tokenization, right behind Ethereum and ZK Sync, and ahead of Aptos and Solana. It is a reminder that what Ripple has been building for years is now coming into focus. A network that not only enables instant payments, but also secures the future of asset digitization at scale. At the same time, the crypto market continues to move under the shadow of macroeconomic uncertainty. All eyes are on the Federal Open Market Committee meeting this week and Jerome Powell's upcoming conference. The markets are trying to predict whether or not the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates in September. While the decision will not be made now, the language in Powell's speech and the tone of the FOMC minutes will give a signal. Traders know that one statement can trigger massive volatility, and that is why we see Bitcoin near $115,000 and Ethereum correcting to around $4,200. XRP has been showing some green, but remains around $3.01 after briefly touching $3.07. These small recoveries are not enough to offset the fear, and the market sits in a holding pattern waiting for Powell. Institutions, however, are not waiting. Metaplanet has just purchased another 775 Bitcoin worth about $90 million. With this purchase, the company now holds nearly 19,000 Bitcoin valued at more than $2.2 billion. Alongside MicroStrategy, Metaplanet is building one of the largest corporate Bitcoin treasuries in the world. These purchases show that while retail investors are nervous, companies with long-term strategies are doubling down on crypto reserves. They are not watching the short-term price action. They are positioning for the next financial cycle. On the other hand, we see selling pressure from major institutions as well. Fidelity has reportedly sold more than 17,000 Ethereum, worth $74 million. Many analysts believe this is profit-taking after Ethereum came very close to breaking its all-time high around 4660. Institutions often sell into strength, and the timing suggests that they believe Ethereum's rally was overheated. This sell pressure explains why Ethereum has struggled to hold above 4,300 despite bullish momentum earlier in the week. While the markets digest these moves, adoption continues at a corporate level. FOMC has announced a major partnership with Volkswagen, one of the world's most recognized car manufacturers. Volkswagen Singapore will now integrate Ripple's ODL technology, enabling customers to make vehicle payments through the system. This is not speculation. This is a direct use case for Ripple's payment solution. Every vehicle sale represents real utility for XRP, with transactions powered through on-demand liquidity. This is a crucial step because it shows how enterprise giants are not just testing blockchain, but embedding it into their core payment systems. The partnership also raises speculation about Ripple's digital euro. Since Volkswagen is a European giant and ODL is now rebranded as Ripple Payments, many analysts believe that a euro-based liquidity solution could be the logical next step. If a digital euro is launched within the Ripple ecosystem, it would accelerate adoption across Europe and align perfectly with Volkswagen's payment integration. This is the type of development that signals how Ripple is positioning itself not just as a player in crypto, but as a backbone of European finance. Amid all this, the highlight remains the XRP Ledger surpassing $1 billion in tokenized real-world assets. Tokenization is the megatrend that will transform finance. From real estate to equities to corporate bonds, the ability to tokenize and settle instantly will change how value moves across the globe. XRP Ledger being among the top 3 chains in tokenization, alongside Ethereum and ZK Sync, proves that it is already one of the most advanced and trusted platforms for this transformation. It is no longer theory. It is measurable progress, and the numbers prove it. So what does all of this mean for the market? In the short term, volatility will likely increase around the FOMC minutes and Powell's speech. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP could swing sharply depending on the language used by the Federal Reserve. Institutions will continue to accumulate or take profits depending on their strategies. But in the long term, the real story is clear. XRP Ledger is scaling tokenization at $1 billion level. Companies like Volkswagen are embedding Ripple payments into their business. Institutions like Metaplanet are buying Bitcoin by the hundreds of millions. Even as others sell, the infrastructure being built continues to expand. This is the dual reality of the crypto market. Prices swing with fear and speculation, but adoption marches forward. Every new corporate partnership, every new tokenized asset, every new billion added to the XRP Ledger brings us closer to a future where blockchain is the invisible layer of global finance. And Ripple, with XRP at its core, is one of the leading forces in this change. The question now is not whether tokenization will happen, but how fast it will scale. With 1 billion already tokenized on XRP Ledger, with Volkswagen using Ripple's ODL, and with speculation of a digital euro, the foundation is set. The markets may fluctuate in the short term, but the direction is unmistakable. Adoption is accelerating, and XRP is at the center. What do you think this milestone means for the future of XRP and tokenization? Is Ripple on the verge of unleashing the digital euro? And will partnerships like Volkswagen set the stage for mass adoption across Europe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like if you find this analysis valuable, and make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss the next update on XRP and the crypto markets.